All right, y'all. How you doing? How are you doing? Happy Wednesday. For those of you guys that don't know me, I am Torrin Darling Brazo, founder, CEO, and president of Ignite. And I am sitting here and was about to start working on a project for a client. And I was like, you know what? Let me go live because I know y'all believe me, but sometimes I don't think you really believe me when I say it really isn't that hard. So I'm about to actually walk you through right now how to really just sort of like begin to research and leverage and utilize AI to help you identify grants as well as like search Google, all the things. But I have a new client that is starting a um, a school out in the Texas area. And so I'm going to actually use ChatGPT. Use ChatGPT to help me just sort of like think through some things. At the end of the day, artificial intelligence scares a lot of people. But y'all, what I want you to know is that it's not going anywhere. Like it's just not. And so it's time for us to embrace this thing and leverage it to help us save time, help us save money, and help us really be able to make up for the lack of staff, right? That a lot of us have as nonprofit leaders. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen so that we can go ahead and we can get started. And for those of you guys that have never used it, Chat GPT is what I like to use, but there are a lot of different AI models out there, and AI stands for artificial intelligence. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through this process to begin to, really just use it today as my researcher to help me just figure out what we can and we should do. And first, before I start asking it to give me some ideas, I'm going to tell it all the information that I desire it to know. And there is a feature right here that says dictate. We're going to see if it allows me to use it while I am here live. But you click this. So, for those of you guys that don't like typing, it now actually allows you to speak to it and it puts the information in there. So, here we go. Okay. Hey there, ChatGPT. I need your help. I have a client that is starting a flight school in Manville, Texas. That's south of Houston. And so I need you to help me really begin to put together a plan for him and his 501(c)(3). Do you understand? So it literally typed it for me. Okay. There you go, right? So it says, hey there, yes, I absolutely understand. You're helping a client start a flight school based in Manville, Texas, south of Houston, and it's structured as a 501(c)(3) nonprofit. To move forward, I can help you develop a comprehensive plan that includes mission, vision, and core values, program structure, target demographic and impact goals, revenue, key partnerships, compliance and FAA certification considerations, board structure and staffing plan, phase launch timeline, facilities and equipment needs, and then funding strategies. And so this is what I'm going to tell it. Hold on for just a second. Okay, Chat GPT, that is amazing. I have a few more details I want to share. Number one, they plan to start the flight school in January of 2026. They have an 18-month standard program and curriculum, but they also have an accelerated path of 12 months. Right now, their goal is to charge $20,000 in tuition, and I want to help prepare them for accreditation so that they can begin to receive financial aid sooner rather than later. Do you understand? And so now I'm typing that. So it says, perfect, I've got it. You're helping your client launch a 501c3 flight school in Manville, Texas, opening January 2026 with two tracks, a standard program that's 18 months, an accelerated program that's 12 months. The tuition is $20,000, and the goal is to position for accreditation and financial access as early as possible. And it says, here's what I suggest as the next steps, okay? So now it has foundational structure. So the mission, vision, description of core programs, key outcomes, target demographic, accreditation and financial readiness, tuition, program launch, revenue. So are you guys getting the picture of how you literally can leverage and use this thing to help you save time, save money, and make up for the lack of staff? Now, I am going to actually go ahead and I'll stop sharing now because I'm going to go ahead and continue to work on this. But I just wanted you to see like in less than 5 minutes, I was able to go in and now I have a total outline of all of the things that I desire to do. Now, I am not going to just let this thing write for me, but I want to show you really quickly that if I did, right, um, I could just say, like, if that's all that I know, I actually could tell this thing, okay, hey, um, write a winning proposal for me, right? Now, you always want to train it, but I just want you to see really quickly that it can really go in and help pull this together for you. Okay. So, what I'm going to say is this. Thanks so much, ChatGPT. Now, I need for you to know that our target audience will include ex offenders and those that have been justice impacted. Do you understand? Right. So it says, absolutely, I understand the flight school will intentionally serve ex offenders and justice impacted individuals, which is a powerful mission focus. And then it goes on to say, would you like for me to draft mission, vision, core values, and program overview? And I'm not going to have it do that, y'all, because I don't want to teach you how to do this wrong, but you absolutely could do that and use it really as an outline. However, for me, it's important to be able to get my client's thoughts into the system so that as it begins to help me refine, that it's really doing it based off of what my client decides versus or desires versus what they being AI has found out there in the internet. But what I will do is this. I will say, not right now. But what I do need is for you to share several, as many funding opportunities that are available as possible. Do you understand? And you always want to ask it, do you understand? Okay. Now it's searching the web. And literally, aviation funding opportunities. Guys, do you see all of this? So you have the FAA Aircraft Pilots Workforce Development Program, the AOPA Flight Training Scholarships. There's so many things. The ISTAT Foundation Grants, re-entry, right? So it has all of these different funding opportunities. And then it gives me some things that are Texas, right? And then it has some additional funding opportunities. And I'm going to say, this is wonderful. Is there anything else that you can find? Right? So you wanted to see if there's anything else that's out there. So now it's compiling additional opportunities. It originally gave me 12. Now we have OBAP and we have the Clay Lacy. And I'm going to say, this is wonderful. Thanks so much, ChatGPT. I really appreciate you. And just that quickly, guys, not only has this thing literally put together sort of an outline for me, right? Look, it says, in order to move forward and put together a comprehensive plan, this is my outline: mission, vision, core values, program structure, target demographic and impact goals, revenue model, key partnerships, compliance and FAA certification considerations, board structure and staffing plan, phase launch timeline, facilities and equipment needs, a funding strategy, right? Then in there, it literally listed for me sort of the next steps of what's needed, considering the information that I gave. And then I asked it to give me a list of funding opportunities. Here, originally, it gave me 11. Okay. Once I asked it to go back and to see if it was anything else that it could find, it actually found 1, 2, 3 more. So now I have 15 different opportunities. Okay. Now it's saying, do I need it to help me draft a funding strategy, write a proposal, create a case for support, map out a program, launch timeline, or prepare accreditation steps? What I'm going to ask is for it to prepare accreditation steps, because regardless of what the program is going to require for my organization, and I'm going to tell it accreditation steps, because it's a computer, it had an error. But I'm going to tell it to give me these steps, because that isn't going to change. So I'll probably come back on here tomorrow to show you guys how to take now all the information my client has and like create a proposal. But I just wanted to stop and pause and let you know and let you see that it just really is not that hard. I know a lot of people try to make us think that it is, but it's not, and I'm going to be hosting our 3-day funding challenge, May 8th through the 10th, right? To where I will be able to help you in 3 days learn everything that I know, everything that has helped me raise $48 million over the course of my career, everything that has helped me get so efficient that literally I remembered yesterday there was a fellowship, a grant application I needed to apply for, and it's due. It was due today, right? I wasn't feeling well. Literally sat down, began to work through my application. Spent maybe about 2 hours on it yesterday. This morning, I got up, read through everything, and literally had it submitted within a total of like 3 hours as it relates to all the time I spent. And I'm telling you guys, this was an application that was so robust that any other day, it literally would have taken me, before leveraging and utilizing AI, before leveraging and using the systems and strategies that I put in place. And I'm going to be teaching you. It literally would have taken me at least 2 months, just with everything else that I have going on. Y'all, it literally took me less than 3 hours. And that was because I wasn't feeling well. If I was feeling well, I probably would have been able to get it done in an hour and a half to 2. So join me if you have not registered for our 3-day from taking you from surviving to thriving funding challenge. We're doing it May 8th, May 9th, May 10th, and I'm going to lean in and I'm going to teach you everything that I know. So make sure that you register today. The link is like in the bio. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.